So travel for me is everything. I've been to 39 countries so far, and French Polynesia will be my 40th. So I actually didn't choose French Polynesia for my trip. My boyfriend did. We actually met on a dating app, and the destination that he wished he could go to was Bora Bora. So for his birthday, we decided to make a trip of that. My name is Capricia Alston. I'm a remote copywriter in the Washington, D.C. area, and I will be traveling to 3 islands in French Polynesia, which include Tahiti, Moorea, and Bora Bora. I spend about 30% of my salary on travel, but I live with my boyfriend. We split the cost of living. I don't have any kids and I don't have a car note. So I think that combo really allows me to travel and spend more on my travel lifestyle. I took a flight from IAD, which is Washington Dulles, to San Francisco, had a layover in San Francisco, and then had a direct flight from there to Tahiti. We stayed in Tahiti for 2 days. From Tahiti, we went to Moorea for 5 days, and then from Moorea, we went to Bora Bora for 5 days. What I use for this particular trip is just Google Flights, and that's where I start the base of any of my traveling. I always start with Google Flights to just scan all of the airlines and figure out, when it's cheapest. We purchased just basic economy, which was great because the flight was practically empty. And so we were actually able to upgrade for free. In Tahiti, we stayed at 2 different places. For one stay, it was about $400, and then the other stay was about $400 as well. The Travelzoo voucher, which was 5 days in Moorea, that totaled around $2,000, but that also included free breakfast, and then it also included, a lot of just free activities on the hotel. Conrad Bora Bora Nui it was great. I mean, it was an overwater bungalow. The deck was huge. It was really spacious. And so I would say it was well worth that price. With the lockdown in effect, we were stuck on the property. And so that was probably my least favorite experience because there wasn't a lot to do. But once we got to both Moorea and Bora Bora, it was incredible. And Bora Bora, the facilities, it was so big that you had to bike throughout to kind of get to different restaurants and to get to the spa, etc. There was kayaking, you could snorkel. My favorite memory is surprising my boyfriend for his birthday. His birthday happened to fall on the Polynesian night. My boyfriend has no rhythm whatsoever, and he's up here doing like traditional Polynesian dances, and I still can't get it out of my head. It was so hilarious, but it was really memorable because it was the closest we really got to experiencing Polynesian culture. I got a spa service at every single hotel we went to. Food in French Polynesia is expensive. It is super expensive. In Moorea, we did have a package where we had free breakfast every morning. The rest of it is you're on your own. We weren't ordering fancy drinks. I think we got, mimosas mostly, and like very classic drinks. And those would run us from minimum $25. My favorite meal was anything that had fresh fish in it, and that is like a very traditional dish for French Polynesia. And so I basically stuck with like poke bowls, so good and so fresh. Our most expensive meal, I'd say, was the canoe breakfast that we decided to do, and that was right from our deck. So there were two people that basically paddle up in a canoe, and they have like all of your breakfast on that canoe, and they just deliver it to you and they set it up. And that was around $280. In Bora Bora, we got more of like their traditional how they do dinners. And so we were introduced to like the underground, I believe it's like lava dinners, but they start in the morning, they throw the food underground and they roast it all day. And then they literally dig it up at the end of the day and they feast. And so we were able to experience that, which was really cool. The primary method of transportation really depended on where we were headed. When we stayed in Bora Bora, we got around there via bike. Between islands, it's really either boat or plane. The good news is that the ferry is only about 25 minutes and the flight was only like 10 minutes. So we rented a car and just drove around the island. It was about less than an hour and about $60 to rent the car. But it was just nice to just explore the island, drive around, and see what would have been open had there been no lockdown. I've been to 40 countries now, and so it's really hard for me to rank somewhere. I think Bora Bora is incredible. It's definitely somewhere that I would want to visit again. However, the price, I can't get past the price. If I could do it all over again, I would say just give yourself some time, buy your tickets first for like next year, later on, or buy your accommodations for later on in the year, but give yourself a good amount of time to plan because you will need to have the money to really enjoy it to the fullest.